Okay, so I got a message on Discord the other day from someone saying that they had some games from London's finest, the big 7-round Marsh Cup, one of the toughest competitions in the world, as far as I know, and as far as I'm concerned. They had some recordings. Asked if I wanted to go through them. They're a new UK player, and that person is MysticGass88. They go 6-1 here, joint first, so a nice platinum badge. Which is a fantastic achievement for anyone, let alone a fairly new player. So yeah, I thought it's worth going through because, well, not only must have played well, but he took some serious names out here. If you look on the screen here, it sort of shows you who was in the tournament. Ryan at the top, as he always is. Then names that people might recognise: StoneCollection, Big Green, JakeDoesHurdles, Statistan, Coisabeast, Have a Nice Day. People that are really good players. And he actually plays 4 of the people on this little screenshot, so I'm quite intrigued to see how he does. His team: Marowak, Dugong, Whimsicott, Muck, Galvantula, Swampert. I'm very interested because it's different to how I built. I didn't like Galvantula or Whimsicott because I felt like, well, certainly Galvantula, the meta would sort of build itself around. Whimsicott I thought was too one-dimensional with Ferrothorn and Marowak around. I thought Marowak I didn't quite fancy because I felt like a lot of teams would have Galvantula and Ferrothorn and then 4 things that beat it. And then Dugong, it couldn't really fit on the team. I think Dugong's a fantastic pick, to be honest. So I'm interested to see how it all works, really. I'm just going to go through them. I haven't watched them yet. I'm going to play them at 1.5 times speed, so I'm not here too long. So let's see what happens. First round, up against the Glaive. Teams on the screen there: Azumarill, Double Grass, Triple Ghost. Interesting team. Alolan Nut looks absolutely fantastic for MysticGass here. Perhaps just to watch out for Shiftry with a bit of energy. But with the Galvantula, Whimsicott, Dugong, Marowak, there's a lot of pressure put on that Shiftry, so might not even come. So let's have a look. So we'll lead Dugong into Gengar. I imagine this is a Dugong win because it's just so bulky. So no swaps yet. That's very quick. It's got to be a Shadow Claw, so no shield. Shadow Punch, yeah. Straight in for the Icy Wind, no messing around. Oh, nice. Able to catch a charge move here and then do a bit of farming with Muck. Strange switch from the opponent there. Sludge Wave. I might be wrong here, but I think Dark Pulse is the move to go for. Yeah, Sludge Wave will be resisted, but Dark Pulse will be neutral. Maybe just a misclick. But it doesn't look like it's going to worry the matchup too much. Chooses to let it go down. Maybe a farm down with Galvantula here. Yeah, nice. Gengar being Gengar has to shield absolutely everything, of course. So, dies. Oh, there we go. So that's the first game wrapped up. Opponent just lets it through, knows the game's done. So we see him use the double debuff team in the first game. Second game, Muck into Sableye, a lovely lead. Too early to be a return, so just letting it through. It always does less than I expected to. Dark Pulse onto Sableye. Probably will shield this, I would have thought. No? No, fair enough, yeah. Is he going to reach another one? No, we can do a bit of farming here with whichever he chooses. Yeah. So as the opponent brought the Marowak. Yeah. It's not going to want to eat a discharge. And then I imagine we'll see him switch out here to try and, yeah, there we go. Oh, lovely. Sensible, I think, going for the Shadow Bone rather than going for the farm down. Doesn't want to take too many power whips, otherwise it'll be in Mud Bomb Bone Club range from the opposing Marowak. So that was smart. I like that. And then with the energy advantage, you can go straight for Bone Clubs. No need Shadow Bones. No need to worry about baiting with Bone Club here. So yeah, the opponents tried to call a bait. So into the third. Oh, lovely lead. Oh, what he's got in the back as well. The Swampert in the back. So getting rid of the grass type is nice. Interesting that there was no switch from his opponent. Must only have the one counter. Yeah, there we go. And with Muck in the back for MysticGass, that looks like it's going to be game already. Swampert putting on a lot of shield pressure. Can probably let this go. Okay, fair enough. So just about survived this, I think. Okay, more than that. Yeah, save your shield for your Muck, and then it's game. Yeah, Upclip's not going to do a great deal. He'll add up, but he's still got his shield, doesn't he? So not a problem. And there's no way Sableye's able to get to enough energy to get to a couple of foul plays. So just a nice easy finish there. So really comfortable round one with a 3-0. But I imagine it's going to get much harder from here, because round two he's got StoneCollection. One of the names from the front, believe that this guy hit Elite last year. See his team there, 4 dark types. 4. I don't think I've seen that yet. I think Skuntank's interesting. I'm assuming it's a poison jab user, given that Muck's Snarl, big, they're the same typing with that dark poison. It's good to have a bit of variance if you run into similar things typing wise like that. So I can see Whimsicott being really strong for MysticGass here, because it only really has to worry about the Marowak. I mean, it'll lose to Skuntank, but it'll put up a fight backwards. Swampert also looks really good for MysticGass here. Let's see what happens. So Dugong into Sableye, this is a good lead. It's not really got anything in the back that's weak to Sableye here, so I'll be interested to see whether he lets this matchup go and tries to take a shield advantage instead. Maybe come in with something to try and farm. Both things in the back are weak to Marowak, actually. So if StoneCollection's got Marowak in the back here, it's game over, really. Perhaps needed to look after the Whimsicott after all, the Dugong after all. Skuntank comes in, those poison jabs are doing a lot. But as I say, Charms are doing a lot back, but he's got a lot of energy now on that Skuntank. sensible to let that go. Save your last shield for the Galvantula. But I think Galvantula's going to need all its energy to beat the Mucky, so I would have thought Skuntank just comes in and wins afterwards. Smart from the opponent, saving the shield for the Skuntank, knowing that Muck's going to get debuffs. Good play for MysticGass88, not throwing the charge move, knows he needs his energy to beat the Skuntank. Lunge. Now is he going to let this through? Thinking it's a bait. No, he blocks it. Oh, of course he isn't going to let it through, the health he was at. But yeah, there we go. Skuntank's going to finish off the Galvantula. Game 2, lovely lead again. Swamp it into AWAC. We saw he brought a line that was really weak to AWAC last game. Wins the lead, wins the switch. Sableye can reach what's the normal move? Return, but it looks like he didn't go for it that time. Marowak's going to come in for the farm. Nice play to have Hurricane and Whimsicott for situations like this. Definitely the play to do in my opinion. Hold on, definitely need Hurricane and Whimsicott for situations like that. Coming in for Swampert, obviously can't go to Galvantula here. Now is he going to choose to shield the Swampert because this Marowak's going to throw a couple of Shadow Bones here. See the shield on the first one. Muck comes in. I would have thought he wants to switch to Galvantula. There we go, just to keep it away from the Marowak. But nice play to stay in with Swampert to make sure he gets a shield first. He's able to get to the lunge first as well, which is really helpful because he's going to take less damage from this. Not shielding this because he needs to save that shield to Swampert, knowing it's useful versus both things in the back on his opponent's team. And he's got a lot of energy on Swampert as well. So I didn't want to take any risks, then make sure he gets to his charge move before Muck can. There we go. Back in the game, 1-1, decider. Whimsicott into Skuntank, that's not good. Always staying in. He's going to give the Skuntank a lot of energy. That could be trouble. He's got to go for the farm down here with Swampert, surely now. Oh, big play. That shield, you know, his opponent's still got 2 shields. Oh, nice. But Shiftry with the shield advantage. Yeah, Shiftry with the shield advantage will beat Galvantula, and then it'll be faster to this charge move than Swampert, I would have thought. So, it's feeling like GG's here, unless he calls a bait. Oh no, he goes the opposite way around. That was brutal. Debuff, this might not kill. Oh, lovely catch on his opponent's part there. Smart to undercharge, but it's too late, I think. Yeah, Shiftry with a shield, that's it. Really nice play from the opponent there. Yeah, I think staying in with the Whimsicott. He didn't really have anything to switch into it though, I guess. You know, you can't be switching Galvantula into it. And yeah, you certainly can't be switching Swampert into it. So yeah, fair enough. Perhaps just a really baldy line of 3 to go with in a decider, which is fair enough, like, especially if you're unsure what to do and when your opponent's team is fairly polarizing and has something like 4 dark types. It can cause you to make decisions like that. Not criticizing, I think, as I say, it's a valid way of playing. Certainly something I do when I don't know what to do. I just pick a team and think, right, if he leads this, I'll lose. Whether that was MysticGass88's thought process, I don't know, but It happens, doesn't it? But must be all uphill from here, though. Round 3, JakeDoesHurdles, another one from the top of the pages. Shiftry, Muck, Quagsire, Toxicroak, Dewgong, Golbat. I love a Golbat. Love to see it do well. We'll see if it gets used here. Dewgong looks really solid for MysticGass. Really, really solid. Being able to lose to Toxicroak and it don't want to switch in on Shiftry with energy, but other than that, it's looking really strong here. Quagsire will probably take shields from it, to be fair, with Stone Edge. Toxicroak looks fairly strong. Marowak doesn't particularly want to take Mud Bombs, so it's not the hardest counter in the world. Galvantula has to worry about damage adding up against it because it's so frail, and it's risky going for the lunges versus Toxicroak because of the resistance. So Toxicroak's perhaps one to watch out for on Jake's team. So let's have a look. Galvantula into Shiftry. I think this is bait dependent on the Shiftry side. That looks very quick to be a foul play. Yeah. So I think this is now a winning matchup for Shiftry. So that second foul play comes once now quicker. Oh, double bait, nice. I might let this through, knowing he's double debuffed. Take a shield advantage. No, okay, stays in. That's an interesting counter switch. I mean, Stone Edge will do a fair chunk. He might have Sludge Bomb though. No, Stone Edge still does a lot, doesn't it? Yeah, and this is one of the problems with Whimsicott. It's too slow to its first charge move, so it has to throw to avoid being killed. So it's not gone into the next matchup with any energy. Interesting that he comes back in with Shiftry though. Must have Toxicroak in the back, I would have thought here. If he's done that, yeah. So surely you come and swamp it here, don't you? Yeah. Looks like he's going up to the Earthquake. Good job the Toxicroak didn't have Dynamic Punch there, otherwise he could have been in trouble. I think Hydro Cannon would have been enough. But takes the first game. Second game, Dewgong into Shiftry. I think Shiftry wins ones. So he's going to have to decide to commit pretty early or not. So it looks like he's committing to winning this matchup here. So I'm expecting a double shield from the Dewgong now. Yeah, there we go. Strange counter switch again. Maybe it was just a panic. Sludge Bomb will kill there, won't it? Of course, so maybe that's why, knowing he gets there first. Oh, almost a lovely farm down, but I don't think this will kill. No. Now lots of icy winds to throw at. Oh, is that Snarl? So that'll be Muck, won't it? Oh, Shiftry still had a bit left on it. It's the icy wind through and the Quag. That's nice. Farming up a lot of energy to take on the last thing. So with the shield here, yeah, even with the debuff, I think Quagsire probably wins this. Strange underfarm there. I mean, he had a shield, so no reason for him not to use it, but risky. So now does Quag get a Stone Edge? No. That must have been close. But yeah, good play knowing to win that one. Oh, only 2 games. Jake didn't want to play the third. Okay, fair enough. So on to round 4. The Dragon 8 Ball. Marowak, Muck, Crustle, Venusaur. Galvantula, Swampert. Venusaur looks really strong. Obviously, lovely matchup with Swampert and Whimsicott. Dugong doesn't really want to be switching in. Neither does Galvantula because, well, it doesn't resist Sludge Bomb, I don't think. You know, whereas it'll resist all of Ferrothorn's moves and it'll one-shot Shiftry, but it doesn't have those luxuries versus Venusaur. Frenzy Plant is so oppressive that it takes on Muck fairly well if Muck's switching in. So yeah, I'd be quite concerned about seeing the Venusaur here, so maybe I'd be thinking about running Marowak and Dugong. But then that makes Crustle a problem as well. Crustle's always a problem in my experience. I run Crustle and I really like it, particularly as a lead, because it's going to take on Whimsicott fairly well and it's going to beat Dugong, Marowak, Muck and Galvantula. So yeah, I'd be a bit worried about Marowak and Crustle, so maybe that makes Swampert a solid pick. I mean, Swampert is a solid pick. Nothing apart from the Venusaur wants to switch in, so maybe something like Marowak, Dugong, Swampert. Don't know. Let's see. Dugong into Venusaur. Yeah, nice. Venusaur's faster, so Dugong has to shield that while it's not debuffed. But even those Vine Whips are doing a lot, considering how bulky Dugong is. So I don't know how this sims out, to be honest. I would have thought, I reckon this still kills, yeah, so he shields. And then I imagine Venusaur lets this through and takes a shield advantage. Oh, he's going for the farm down. Oh, nice play. Going for the farm down. Then he's able to debuff the next thing. Double Icy Wind, lovely. Needs to keep switch advantage here because with Venusaur in the back, he doesn't want to line Whimsicott up against that. Another Icy Wind, flipping out. They keep coming. Into Muck, yeah. So this will still do about 40-45%, I think. Yeah, it's hard. What's the last Swampert? Now is he carrying Sludge Wave? Oh, lets it through. Yeah, doesn't matter what he's carrying now. Earthquake, so yeah, no, wouldn't have been a problem. Round 2, Swampert into Crustle, lovely call. Now that was an interesting play by the opponent's part. Staying in and then swapping, but swapping to something that loses anyway. That was really strange. I'm surprised MysticGass hasn't switched out though. The two things he's got in the back don't really want to take on the Crustle, but no, that's clever. He stayed in, made sure he's got a shield, then switched. I like that play. I like that play a lot. Should be able to farm down before he gets to another Sludge Wave. Yeah. Comes Venusaur. This is ideal. I think you let this through and then go in with Muck. Oh, okay, fair enough. Maybe he's going to try and catch him out with the Hurricane. I hope this goes through. No, yeah, fair enough. Why else would you shield Whimsicott there? So yeah, this is going to go through, kill Whimsicott, but then Muck's going to be able to come in and farm. Then he'll be able to counter switch to Swampert when he goes to Crustle. If he chooses to do that. Yeah. Oh, catches the Dark Pulse, nice. But surely the Swampert just comes in now. Yeah. Getting close to 2 Hydro Cannons just to try and finish the Venusaur off with one. Yeah, nicely played. Nicely played. Didn't want to let that Venusaur come up with energy. So into the third, Muck into Marowak, 3 lovely leads here. Talks his opponent, caught it on. Muck, okay, fair enough. It's a Whimsicott. Well, I guess that keeps it away from Marowak, doesn't it? You want to let this through, surely. No? Okay. Because I think, because now all that's going to happen is Marowak's going to come in and farm the Whimsicott. Unless this goes through. But he knows he's got Hurricane at this point, so surely this gets shielded. Yeah. There's no way you reach into the Hurricane here. So Marowak's got a bunch of energy. Oh, but he throws it. I think that's a misplay from his opponent there. He definitely could have farmed that Whimsicott down. And then he'd have had another Bone Club to throw at this. So it looks like it's worked out okay because Swampert's not going to be able to take on Venusaur even with shield advantage, I don't think. Although Earthquake does a lot actually, doesn't it? Because Venusaur isn't that bulky at all. Does this kill? It does. Wow, fair enough. Nicely played. Nicely played. I'm getting this wrong quite a lot, aren't I? Shows why I've been struggling recently. Yeah, fair enough. It's nicely won there, so that's up to 3-1. Okay, round 5. Santipessa, Golbat, Swampert, Toxicroak, Muck, AWAC. What do I think here? Dugong looks nice. Has to watch out for Ferrothorn and Toxicroak, of course, but with a few Ice Shards lead, those can be flipped. I don't really know. It's fairly even. Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn looks pretty even versus Mystic, so that's not a huge concern. Be brave to bring Golbat against the Garvantula team, and a team with Garvantula and Dugong, so I don't see that coming much. Perhaps lines of Swampert, Ferrothorn, and then a Muck save switch, perhaps, to try and win switch on his opponent's team. So, with that in mind, Whimsicott does good, does well. It can take on Swampert and Muck okay-ish. Well, it takes on Swampert more than okay, but Muck okay-ish. Dugong's nice in that sense as well. So let's see what he brings. Muck into Swampert, that's not good. But stays in, he's not got anything to switch into the Swampert, so just going to try and chunk it, I guess. Yeah, lets it through, so that's probably what he's hoping for. Probably expect to see the Muck go down here. Oh, calls an Earthquake, nice. So that's going to force a shield on the Swampert now. Can he farm down it? If he shields this, can he farm the Swampert? Go on. Oh, that's unfortunate. Good effort though. But now this is going to be an uphill battle for him. Oh, especially with that Ferrothorn there. Yeah, because he has to keep Galvantula alive for Ferrothorn, and without switch advantage here, it's going to be really tough, unless he's able to catch a move with Swampert. But I think this is over, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, real tough matchup. Lost the lead and was hard countered in the back, and then a shield disadvantage as well. Yeah. Unless he can get to an Earthquake and a Hydro Cannon, but I don't even think that'll kill. It needs to be 2 Earthquakes and he won't get there, I don't think. No, yeah. It's a tough game 1. Oh, horrible lead game 2 as well. But he's got options to switch in here, which is good. Although he's chosen to stay in. Opponent's over farming and that's through. Oh, nice. Lovely play. Better lag, but he still's able to throw first, so that lag doesn't seem to have affected it too much, if at all. He'll be able to tank this. Shoot the shields anyway, yeah, he'll still do a lot. Hoping to get to the next lunge first, but can't. Yeah, lets this one through, but again, he'll still be able to tank it. Over farms slightly, so he's got a better chance of hitting the next thing. That lunge did less than I expected. Oh, the Swampert might have got greedy there, fair enough. So he's going to lose that last shield. But Swampert's got a lot of energy, something's going to die here. Earthquake. Oh, double debuff, of course. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, nice. Yeah, so he's going to line Swampert up against the muck in the back. Oh, I forgot he had the Ferrothorn still, but Hydro Cannon should kill from here. There's a bit of extra farming. Must have been counting that well because that Ferrothorn can't have been far off that next Power Whip, so a nice play there. Oh, and he's just able to get to that with the Hydro Pump as well. Brilliant play. Really, really good play there. So into the decider then. Oh, lovely call. And then, yeah, this is going to be tough for his opponent here. No need to shield because we know it's going to be Earthquake or Hydro Cannon, yeah. Again, no need to shield. Too soon to be an Earthquake. Now can he get the farm down? No. Gonna have to shield and then throw Hurricane in. So yeah, he absolutely needs to keep switch advantage here. Otherwise it's Swampert that's lined up versus Ferrothorn rather than Marowak. So it's worth spending that shield there. Yeah, Whimsicott's done his job. Immediate switch from the opponent. Nice. Interesting that he chose to stay in, tried to get a shield, I guess, makes sense. Yeah, this is over, isn't it? No way Mock's going to be able to beat Swampert and Marowak. On there, really close games though, but really well played on MysticGass's part. Played it pretty flawlessly. I mean, that first game was almost impossible. I think would have needed a pretty bad mistake from his opponent to win that. So solid 2-1 there. Co is a beast. Co definitely is a beast. Co is a beast. Won the wild card tournament that I was in for the World Championships. It was Sorcerer's Cup. I did really well. I came third and 6-1. That video is on my channel somewhere. I played really, really well. Just got a bit greedy in my loss. So I'm still gutted about that. But Ko went on to win. So definitely a good player. I'm sure I heard somewhere that he was European #1 for a long time in Season 1. The Rainy Cast form, really solid pick. Water that beats the other waters, always really nice. That spammy, so it'll beat Alolan Muck, I believe. Obviously, it'll take on Marowak. And because it's so fast to those weather balls, if Galvantula switches in on the cast form and isn't fast, it's going to have to shield because the weather balls will come quickly. Especially as the Galvantula will probably try and farm it a bit as well, so gives that cast form a little bit of extra time. So I'd expect a minimum of one of Galvantula or Whimsicott every line. But he does seem to be using Whimsicott a lot more than Galvantula. Galvantula here doesn't look great because his opponent's got Whimsicott, Swampert, Marowak, Shiftry, and Muck, which all are sort of happy to take it on. So yeah, probably not a Galvantula for this game. So it's quite important then that he catches the cast form with the Whimsicott, or I guess the Muck, which is fairly neutral. Again, Dugong looks quite nice. Take on Whimsicott, Swampert, Shiftry, and Muck nicely. Has to worry about the cast form. I'll take on Marowak as well, of course it will. Yes, I'm expecting to see Dugong, Whimsicott, and perhaps Muck. Only the Swampert that really wants to take on Muck. Let's have a look. Dugong into cast form, that's not good. But 2 things he can switch in. Gets a bit of energy on the Dugong before switching, that's nice. Shiftry comes in, but it was a little slow. So I don't think Shiftry's going to be able to win this. Bit of lag. As I say, I don't think that's. I think Shiftry lost that matchup anyway. Misses the bait. And this is fine because he just comes back in with 2. Oh no, okay, fair enough. Yeah, cast form's going to get debuffed all sorts of times here now. Yeah, leave this one. Just save your shields for Whimsicott. Oh, misses another bait as well, fair enough. Opponent knowing he's got to make some risky plays now to turn this around, so fair enough. I see why he's going for that. Yeah, no reason to shield. Oh, okay, fair enough. And then nice. That's it. So that's game 1. Fairly straightforward in the end, but a lovely matchup there for him. Less lovely to begin with this time, but again, 2 nice things to switch into. And we see the double cast form counter in the back, obviously acknowledging that it's a threat. 2 games running he's done that. It chooses not to switch anything into it this time, which is interesting. Straight for the Earthquake. That's it through. Ooh. This is bold. Surely you just want the damage on it, given that you've got the grass thing in the back. Goes for the debuff again, but Swampert's still going to have a hard time farming this down. Oh, I don't know, I think that was a mistake there. I guess let's see how much this Shadow Bone does first. Oh, goes for the bait, misses it, okay. Oh, yeah, fair enough, still tanks it nicely. Yeah, as I say, can't get the farm down. But can Whimsicott charm through 2 things in the back? No. So we've seen Whimsicott and Castform both times from the opponent. Decider. Dugong into Muck. I think this goes in Dugong's favour. Again, we see the double Castform counter in the back. Smart mixing up the leads if you're going to do that though, just because makes the opponent think you're running different lines every time, which you are, but in the back you've got the same thing, of course. Surely he goes the grass thing, just keep it away from Muck. No, okay, fair enough. Probably going to try and farm down a lot with Galvantula, but I think he'll have to shield at some point. Or throw early. But yeah, still able to get very close to the second one, so still going to be able to debuff the next thing, but go straight for the discharge this time. Yeah, Dugong's got to start shielding this. Oh, but his opponent's going to lose with 2 shields because Whimsicott's not going to take shields, is it? Has he caught a Bone Club here? He has. What a play! What a play! Nice bait. Is he going to get the grass knot? He is. Nice. Nice, very nice. What a great game. Really nicely played. Yeah, top play there. I guess the nice thing about having Galvantula and Whimsicott in a line is that one of them will draw out the Marowak for the other, you know, to give the other an easier time. But Brave going Dugong as the lead there with them too, because Dugong versus Marowak isn't clean by any means. In fact, I'm not entirely sure Dugong wins that, so sort of beating the Marowak as a bit of a team effort there. But really, really nicely done. Can't complain at all. So that's another really strong opponent he's beaten. Then into the final round versus Big Green. Again, probably a name a lot of people recognise. One of the top US players, I think. Could be wrong, but I think he's American. Sableye, AWAC, Shiftry, Swampert, Toxicroak, Dugong. Only has Marowak to take on Whimsicott. Well, Dugong as well, I guess. Yeah. I see Dugong as a water type, and you forget it does ice damage, so yeah. Galvantula looks good. Although it doesn't like switching into Toxicroak. And of course the Swampert switching is an issue as well, although that's not a clean matchup as not as clean a matchup as some people think. Especially if you're a little bit slow. As the Swampert. Dugong will beat most things. Yeah, maybe a Dugong sort of safe switch in to draw out, and then if that draws out a Toxicroak, maybe something like Muck in the back that appreciates Toxicroak being gone. I don't know, let's have a look. Whimsicott into Shiftry, nice. Not been shy using the Whimsicott at all this tournament. Oh, Swampert comes in. Obviously only got the one Whimsicott counter. So acknowledging that is shielding. Smart play. Earthquake does a chunk. Lucky that the grass net didn't go through there. I know he was trying to click it. but that means he's able to get a big hit off versus the incoming Dugong. So now you switch out, surely. Yeah, you save that Whimsicott for the Shiftry. Yeah, this will be shielded, won't it? No! Oh wow, big hit. And Shiftry comes back to try and gain some energy, but what's the energy going to do versus, well, I mean, obviously it's thrown now, but that energy's going to do nothing versus the Whimsicott anyway, so yeah, nice call in the game one. Whimsicott has been destructive here, absolutely destructive. When you get things right with Whimsicott, it makes things easy, doesn't it? Oh, nice leading game 2 as well, Swampert into Toxie. Probably see a shield here. Yeah, given that Toxie's chosen to stay in, he wants to do damage. Wants to keep switch advantage here, especially now that Toxie's got energy, because that would force the Whimsicott to shield versus Toxie. So yeah, important to keep switch here. I expect a shield, yeah. And then an immediate debuff on the Swampert, lovely. So he's got Swampert and Toxie in the back, and he's got Whimsicott still to go. This is looking nice. Now, does he go for try and get energy on Swampert, or now straight to Whimsicott? So into the decider. This is a really interesting matchup because obviously the ice damage is doing very little to Marowak. Water Pulse is notoriously poor. Gets baited though. But the thing is, with Swampert and Whimsicott in the back, this is probably his best option to take on Dugong, to be honest. So if he can come out of this even shields, even at a loss, yeah, there's the Water Pulse. It doesn't kill, even super effective damage from half health. Oh, nice play to go for the Shadow Bone. Doesn't panic and go for the Bone Club. Gets that last shield. And being at a shield advantage with Whimsicott is huge because it allows you to spend that shield farming things down. Nice, anticipating the Whimsicott counter and going straight to Swampert. Straight up for Earthquake. Because Hydro Cannon isn't enough, 2 Hydro Cannons is. So he must go for the farm down here. So if he doesn't go for the farm down, there's no point in going for Earthquake. Yeah, then Earthquake straight into the Marowak, isn't it? Yeah, 2-1. And 6-1 overall. GG's. Really nicely played. Some absolutely destructive Whimsicott play. I remember when this cup was launched, people were hyping up Whimsicott, weren't they? I never saw it as a proper threat. I think I probably worked myself up into a point where I thought Marowak and Ferrothorn were going to be on every team. But yeah, we've seen here that, well, even if it is the team, Whimsicott, even if that is the case, Whimsicott can still be destructive. And against teams that it isn't the case on, it's a huge threat. But really well played from MysticGass. Certainly a name to watch out for.